So what's good, homies? It's your man, Dr. BOA. You know, we talk all the time about how women are the masters of emotional manipulation. A woman can take a dive into the emotional realm and pull whatever emotion she needs to pull out at the drop of a hat. It doesn't take her long to be mad about something, angry about something, sad about something, overjoyed about something, indifferent about something. And these can range from slight anger to being livid, from just mild sadness to being totally distraught, from being just happy go lucky to being absolutely overjoyed. But the one thing that men tend to overlook is when actions start to play into those emotions. And one action in particular, the shedding of tears, the proverbial crocodile tear shedding. I tell you men all the time, never trust a woman's tears any more than you trust your own fears. The same way you have to overcome your fears, you have to absolutely overcome her tears. Because she can cut them on whenever she gets ready and cut them off like a clap on, clap off lamp. Now somebody sent me a video on IG, actually a compilation of women doing this exact thing. Now as you watch these women shed tears, boo-hoo crying, of course, I took the sound out, there's music in it, but you can watch it and see. And then you see them cut it off quickly. You're going to see that this has probably happened to you several times as you've dealt with women. I know it's happened to me. I've seen it. I've seen it from the time you're little boys. Look at a group of little kids. Something happens to a little girl, somebody's going to run and pick her up. She's boo-hoo crying and all of that. As soon as they pick her up and put her on her knee, pet her, she stops immediately. I've seen little boys do this as well, but little girls are absolutely good at it. Little boys, little small toddlers are good at it, but as you become more mature and more masculine, your testosterone increases, you just can't do it anymore. But women live a life forever. And as long as they're alive, they can turn on those tears and turn them off. Never trust her tears any more than you trust your fears. Let's take a deep dive on this one. But first, let's elevate to a higher plane. Prepare for takeoff.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off.
As you see, the emotional manipulation that a woman is capable of knows no boundaries. It can't be contained. There are no limits to it. The more she rehearses and practices her emotional manipulation, the better she becomes at it. Until even the most elect among us, the most alpha among us, might get caught up if it were not for our connection to the Most High. Now, you see women in your life all the time, man, become emotional about things. They're sad about things. Think about how a woman would make herself upset about something she made up in her mind. You understand what I'm saying? There was a recent video, man. I did it on a live stream where this guy, man, this chick just went crazy, man. He was in the car with one of his partners, man, and she thought he had a girl in the car, man. Literally aired this dude's car, man, made him crash it. I'm talking about totally wrecked this dude's car, man, because she thought. And she was angry enough to act on what she thought. Because women don't react on thoughts. They react on emotion. A woman can see something that's not real and make herself feel whatever emotion she would feel if that thing was real. That's why when you let a woman lead, you're letting emotion lead in any aspect of life. I don't let a woman lead in nothing. Everything that happens, everything we do is going to be what I say. I tell you me and my well no way, not because I want to be mean to women. I tell you my well no way because a woman's going to lead me down an emotional path if I let her lead anything. There's no path in life that I want to walk viewing it from an emotional perspective, because from an emotional perspective, the path might not even be there. You might be about to walk off a cliff, but it looks like you got a long road ahead of you. Why? Because emotion can manipulate your thoughts. And once your thoughts are manipulated, what you see can be manipulated. It's like being angry at a movie. It's like being sad at a movie. I only watch comedy. Why? Because funny is funny. Laughter is good for the soul. I don't watch things that evoke other emotions. You understand? I don't watch things that evoke sadness. All these slave movies and all of that. I don't watch things that evoke love and fantasy. I don't watch romance movies and all of those things, man. I watch comedy. Laughter heals. All of those other things put you in a mindset where you start living in a fantasy world. Maybe not on the level of a woman, and some of you men do. But what this video shows is that a woman lives in that fantasy world so much, in fact, that she can recreate those fantasies and she can present them to you as reality. How can you ever trust the emotion of a woman when it can change? Or she can feel one thing and represent something totally different. Never respond to her tears any more than you respond to your fears. As men, we always say, overcome our fears, overcome our fears. When you think about her tears, your fear is that you hurt the little woman. You hurt her with her feelings. And that's cool if her feelings are hurt. It ain't gonna kill her. She ain't gonna die from hurt feelings. But your manhood will die if you allow her to lead you by emotion. I've seen it, you've seen it many times. Men are caught up in situations with women and they let these women lead them by their emotions, and before you know it, they got a son that becomes their daughter. Or they out here pushing books called, Think Like a Man. We as men have to keep in mind, we don't have to be emotionally connected to our women. If a woman serves a purpose in your life the way you want her to, you interact with her from a logical perspective because it's logical to reward her for what she contributes. All that lovey-dovey stuff, only time you engage in that, man, is from a physical perspective. And I don't necessarily just mean sexually. Maybe your mom want to give you a massage. Maybe your woman want to give you a facial. Maybe your woman want to give you a pedicure. Maybe she want to give you something. You always let that emotion come from her to you, because you always need to know where she is emotionally. And the best way to do that is just let her be emotionally open. But many of you men can't do that because you're going to find yourself caught up in emotion and you're going to be sitting here like the OJs. Last night, me and my woman, we cried together. That's how y'all going to do. You and your woman sitting up crying, looking like two fools, because you feel like you need to embody the emotion that she feels. Her emotion is her way to deal with you. Your logic, reason, understanding, and knowledge, that's the way you deal with her. That's how you maintain a position of leadership. She can't lead herself. And she damn sure can't lead you. If she's a woman and can't lead herself in the womanhood, how's she going to lead you in the manhood? Stop falling for the okie doke out here, man. Don't let a woman's tears move you. I never have. I never will. A woman's tears will not move me at all. I don't care what she's crying about. Listen, even if there's a death in her family, okay, I sympathize with her. I empathize with her. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I lost my dad not long ago, a few years ago. So yeah, I empathize with her. But am I going to let that move me? No, it can't move me. I'm not that type of emotional being. You understand? I know some beta male semi don't come in here and say, well, Dr. BOA, you're a human. All humans have emotion, Dr. BOA. Let me tell you something, Dr. BOA. You have been angry? That's an emotion. Let me tell you something, Dr. BOA. You have been sad? That's an emotion. Let me tell you something. You're emotional too, Dr. BOA. You just scared to be emotional with these women. You know what, Dr. BOA? Because you know if you become emotional with a woman, you're going to be a normal man, and you're going to be into your feminine side, Dr. BOA, and you're going to start painting your nails, Dr. BOA. Well, I don't know about you, but I start painting mine. And you're going to do a bunch of things, Dr. BOA, and you and your woman going to be on one accord. Because you're going to be 50% man, and you're going to be 50% woman, and she's going to be 50% man, 50% woman. That'll be a way. You don't want a 50-50 relationship. Unsubscribe. Okay, unsubscribe, sucker, but before you go, let me tell you this. This is about the truth of the essence of a man and the essence of a woman. God didn't put us here to be emotionally connected to women. He put us here to be emotionally connected to Him. He didn't put us here to be spiritually connected to a woman. He put the woman here to be spiritually connected to us, and we be spiritually connected to him. Too many men out here living a life that's based on facts and opinions that are given by women and men who support the ideology of women. And those men, just like the other men who follow their lead, are going to be caught up in a situation where they're an emotional wreck, caught up with a woman who doesn't give them any respect because they're too emotional. The more emotional you are with a woman, the less she respects you as a man, because emotionality makes you start to sound like a woman. And don't no broad want a broad that's really a man. She prefers a broad that's a broad. You men must understand that emotions are simply a way that we gauge a woman's intentions, her interest, and her total outlook on life. Has nothing to do with us. Should you be emotionally connected to a woman? Of course. That's the only way to manage her emotions. Should you be emotionally attached to a woman? Hell no. Do like I do. Give your love to God and trust him to give it to the people who need to feel it and deserve to feel it. But never in a million years should you ever fall for her tears. Because falling for her tears is almost as bad as falling for your fears. And neither one of them are going to help you get to the promised land of your life. Y'all comment down below and let me know what you think about this topic, man. I look forward to hearing what you men have to say. I'm out.
Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Trying to become the most alpha version of you. Striving to become the most alpha version of you. Fighting to become the most alpha version of you. Welcome to the alpha sphere. Get money division. The place where you transform